Mega Manila, nationwide pa! Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan, Cool FM. You are listening to Cool FM, live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at Noon.
Good afternoon. This is Cool News at Noon. I'm Caro. Former Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello III is set to step down as the Manila Economic and Cultural Office MECO chairman on Monday, September 13. Bello will be replaced by Presidential Communications Office Secretary Jeloy Garafil. According to Bello's Sunday statement, the 7-member MECO board will hold its regular meeting on Monday and act on the desired letter of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., where he nominated Garafil as a member and new chair of the board. New chair of the board. The chief executive's recommendation came after Oscar Chavez took his oath as new chief of the PCO last September 5. It was not clear if Garafil resigned as PCO head. In a letter to Marcos, the Federation of Filipino Communities in Taiwan said their support for Bello is a testament to his effective leadership and the trust he has built within the community. He has been instrumental in fostering strong ties between the Filipino community and the broader Taiwanese society, the Federation said. His work involved addressing the needs and concerns of Filipinos living and working in Taiwan, ensuring their rights are protected, and promoting their welfare. Such efforts not only enhance the quality of life for individuals, but also strengthen the cultural and social bonds between the two nations, it noted. The Federation is among the 13 organizations of overseas Filipino workers and Filipino migrants comprising the Filipino community in Taiwan. The Magkabayan Coalition will field 11 senator beds coming from party list groups, representatives, and members of other progressive groups for the 2025 midterm elections. In the convention on Saturday in Quezon City, the coalition announced the 11-man senator slate bearing the slogan Tumbayan Naman. The coalition's new addition to its slate is Moro activist Amira Lidasan, who announced her senatorial candidacy on Tuesday. The senator beds running under the coalition are the following: Alliance of Conservators with Representative Franz Castro, Gabriela Party List Representative Arlene Brosas, Kilusang Mayo Unog Secretary General Jerome Adonis, former Gabriel Party List Representative and former National Anti-Poverty Commission Chairperson Lisa Massa, Pamalakaya Vice Chairperson Ronald Armabulo, former Bayamuna Representative and Bangkong Alyansang Magkabayang Chairperson Teddy Casino, Kilusang Makbubukit ng Pilipinas Chairperson Danilo Ramos, pagkakaisa ng mga samahan ng T-Super at Ombrito Nationwide Piston Chairman Modi Florenda, Urban Poor Group Kaliputan ng Damayan Mahihirap Damay, Secretary General Mimi Doringo, Filipino Nurses United Secretary General Jolene Andamo, and Santungo Movement of Moro and Indigenous Peoples for Self-Determination Co-Chairperson Amir Lisa Dan. According to Casino, ordinary citizens should be given the opportunity to serve the public. Ordinary citizens should be given the opportunity to participate and serve the public. The fight against corruption is a fight of the masses. We will not let those who reveal corruption be put in danger, Casino said. The former Bayamuna representative also said that he would push for an anti-dynasty law to eradicate political dynasties in the country. The 1987 Constitution prohibits political dynasties in the country. Further, Domingo, who hails from an urban poor group, said that the evil worsens the plight of the poor. Hunger and poverty that are being experienced by the poor continue to worsen. Because of what? Because greed and evil continue to prevail, Domingo expressed. The coalition also unveiled the first nominees of the four party list groups running under the slate: human rights lawyer and former Representative Neri Colmenares from Bayamuna, former Representative Antonio Tinio from ACT, former Representative Sara Alago from Gabriel Women, and lawyer and former UP student Regan Reninco from Kabataan. Malacanan on Saturday debunked a viral video clip showing President Marcos being handed a sachet containing a wet substance suspected to be illegal drugs, urging Filipinos to be more discerning about what they are being fed on social media. The Presidential Communications Office released a video which showed that what the plastic sachet contained was a dominantly white lapel pin bearing the logo of Marcos' political party, the Partido Federal ng Pilipinas. The video showed a man holding a small white object in his palm, approaching the president to hand it to him as they shook hands before posting it for a selfie. The Facebook page Maging Mapanuri, or Be Critical, the PCO's fact-check page, said the object was blurred to mislead the public. It was a simple act that was interpreted differently because of incomplete details. Releasing information without the proper context is an effective way to mislead the public, a female narrator of the PCO's video said in Filipino. No one will be fooled if no one will allow themselves to be fooled. The narrator said a portion of the viral video was blurred, particularly the object handed to the president, to make netizens think that it was a sachet containing a white substance. A close-up view of the object revealed that it was a Partido Federal logo on a level pin. The viral video showing the white object made the rounds of various social media platforms on Friday, and many netizens speculated that it was a sachet of illegal drugs. Although the PCO did not state the specific public event attended by the president, it appeared to be the announcement of the administration's central slate at the Philippine International Convention Center in Plaza City on Wednesday. The PCO's fact-check video came more than a week after the Verifaz News Group reported that there were traces of manipulation of a video that showed a look-alike of Marcos sniffing illegal drugs. PCO Secretary Cesar Chavez said the palace main communications arm would be more proactive in fighting fake news and disinformation by doing fact checks and assigning fact check officers to its attached agencies. Allegations of illegal drug use has haunted Marcos even before the 2022 elections, after then President Rodrigo Duterte said a presidential aspirant was into cocaine. In November 2021, Marcos submitted himself to a drug test at St. Luke's Medical Center, which said that he tested negative for cocaine. In January this year, Duterte said his successor accused of being a stone drug user. The president just laughed it off, attributing Duterte's remarks to the effects of his long use of the opioid fentanyl, which the ex-president admitted taking to relieve pain from a motorcycle accident when he was Davao City mayor. It is highly addictive and it has very serious side effects, and PRRD has been taking the drug for a very long time now, Marcos said. And now for the weather, Tropical Storm Julian intensified into a severe tropical storm on Sunday morning while moving over the Philippine Sea, according to the State Weather Service. In its latest cyclone update, the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration podcast reported that Julian was last spotted 305 kilometers east of Apari, Cagayan. It is moving west-northwestward at 10 kilometers per hour, packing maximum sustained winds of 95 kilometers per hour and gusts of up to 115 kilometers per hour. Following this development, Pagasa said it raised signal number 2 in the following areas: the northeastern portion of mainland Cagayan, Santa Ana, the eastern portion of the Babuyan Islands, Camiguin Islands, Babuyan Islands. Meanwhile, signal number 1 remains hostile in the following areas: Batanes, the rest of Cagayan, the rest of the Babuyan Islands, Isabela, Apayao, Abra, Kalinga, the eastern central portions of Mountain Province, Natonin, Parasalis, Sagdanga, Balik, Pontoc, the eastern portion of Ifugao, Ayuginao, Aguinadao, Alfonso Lista, Mayoyao, Ilos Norte, the northern portion of Ilosor, Sinanit, Capuicao, San Juan, Maxingal, Santo Domingo, Bantay, San Ildefonso, San Vicente, the northern portion of Aurora de Lasac, Casiguran. Based on the State Weather Service forecast, Julian is expected to make landfall or coast approach Batanes on Monday, September 30. It will also likely reach the typhoon category by Sunday night or Monday morning. It is now 12:10 in the afternoon, and Cool News at noon will be right back. Welcome back to Cool News at Noon. Let's get into the international headlines. The death toll from powerful storm Helen has reached at least 63. Authorities said Saturday as responders, hampered by washed out bridges and debris strewn roads, searched house by house for survivors in devastated parts of several southern and eastern U.S. states. At least 24 people died in South Carolina, 17 in Georgia, 11 in Florida, 10 in North Carolina, and 1 in Virginia, according to updated reports from local authorities and media tallied by AOP. Helen slammed into Florida late Thursday as a Category 4 hurricane and surged north, gradually weakening but leaving a path of destruction. Federal emergencies were declared in 6 states: Alabama, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee, with more than 800 personnel from the Federal Emergency Management Administration, FEMA, deployed to assist local officials. Repair crews were already at work Saturday, and the National Weather Service said conditions would continue to improve today following the catastrophic flooding over the past 2 days. But it warned of possible long-duration power outages. More than 2.7 million customers were still without electricity across 10 states from Florida in the southeast to Indiana in the Midwest as of Saturday night, according to trackerpoweroutage.us. Excuse me. World leaders warned of potential repercussions on Saturday after Lebanese military group Hezbollah announced its longtime leader Hassan Nasrallah was killed in an Israeli airstrike on a suburb of Beirut. The killing of the Iran-backed group's chiefs has intensified fears of all-out war in the Middle East. U.S. President Joe Biden welcomed a measure of justice. For Iran, First Vice President Mohammad Reza Arif warned Israel that Nasrallah's death would bring about the destruction. Iran's ISNA news agency quoted him as saying. The Foreign Ministry of Iran, which financed and arms Hezbollah, said Nasrallah's work will continue up to his death. His scared goal will be realized in the liberation of Quds Jerusalem, God willing, spokesman Nasser Kanani posted on X. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei announced 5 days of public mourning. In the United States, Biden said Nasrallah's death was a measure of justice for his many victims, including thousands of Americans, Israelis, and Lebanese civilians. Washington supports Israel's right to defend itself against Iran-supported terrorist groups, and the defense posture of U.S. forces in the region would be further enhanced, Biden added in the statement. Vice President Kamala Harris said Nasrallah was a terrorist with American blood on his hands and said she would always support Israel's right to defend itself against Iran and Iran-backed terrorist groups such as Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis. The Republicans in the House of Representatives also welcomed the end of the reign of bloodshed, oppression, and terror by one of the most brutal terrorists on the planet. For Russia, Russia's foreign ministry said we decisively condemned the latest political murder carried out by Israel and urged it to immediately cease military action in Lebanon. Israel will bear full responsibility for the tragic consequences the killing could bring to the region, the ministry added in a statement. For Germany, Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock told ARD television that the killing threatens destabilization for the whole of Lebanon, which is in no way in Israel's security interest. For Canada, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau described Nasrallah as the leader of a terrorist organization that attacked and killed innocent civilians, causing immense suffering across the region. But he called for more to be done to protect civilians in the conflict, adding, "We urge calm and restraint during this critical time." For Britain, Foreign Secretary David Lammy said in a post on X that he has spoken with the Lebanese premier. "We agree on the need for an immediate ceasefire to bring an end to the bloodshed. A diplomatic solution is the only way to restore security and stability for the Lebanese and Israeli people," he said. For France, French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot demanded Israel immediately stop its strikes in Lebanon and said it was opposed to any ground operation in the country. France also calls on other actors, notably Hezbollah and Iran, to abstain from any action that could lead to additional destabilization and regional conflagration, the Foreign Ministry said in a statement. For United Nations, UN Chief Antonio Guterres said he was gravely concerned by the dramatic escalation of events in Beirut in the last 24 hours. For Hamas, Palestinian military group Hamas, whose unprecedented October 7 attack on Israel sparked a devastating war in Gaza that drew in fellow Iran-backed groups, including Hezbollah, called Nasrallah's killing a quarterly terrorist act. We condemn in the strongest terms this barbaric Zionist aggression and targeting of residential buildings, Hamas said in a statement. For Palestinian Authority, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas offered his deep condolence to Lebanon for the deaths of Nasrallah and civilians who fell as a result of the brutal Israeli aggression, according to the statement from his office. For Houthis, the Iranian-backed Yemeni rebels who have been firing on ships in the Red Sea in solidarity with Hamas said in a statement that Nasrallah's killing will increase the flame of sacrifice, the heat of enthusiasm, the strength of resolve against Israel, with the leader vowing Nasrallah's death will not be in vain. For Turkey, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, whose country maintains diplomatic relations with Israel but who has been a sharp critic of its offensive in Gaza, said on X that Lebanon was being subjected to a genocide without referring directly to Nasrallah. For Cuba, in a post on X, Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel called the killing a covertly targeted assassination that seriously threatens regional and global peace and security, for which Israel bears full responsibility with the complexity of the United States. For Argentina, Argentine President Javier Milei reposted on X a message from a member of his Council of Economic Advisors, David Epstein, who hailed the killing. Israel eliminated one of the greatest contemporary murderers, responsible among others for the cavalry attacks in #ARG. It said, "Today the world is a little freer." For Saudi Arabia, Saudi Foreign Minister Faisal bin Farhan also told the UN that this escalation will have negative repercussions for the entire region. "We call upon all parties to show wisdom and to show restraint in order to avoid a true war from breaking out in the region." And finally, for Venezuela, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro expects solidarity with Nasrallah and Lebanon. They want to justify it, but to assassinate him, they attack buildings, housing estates, and kill hundreds of people. There's a word for this: crime. Excuse me. And low-lying neighborhoods in Nepal's capital, Kathmandu, were inundated by surging floodwaters on Sunday after furious monsoon rains that police said had killed at least 101 people around the Himalayan Republic. Deadly rain-related floods and landslides are common across South Asia during the monsoon season from June to September, but experts say climate change is increasing the frequency and severity. Large stretches of eastern and central Nepal have been inundated since Friday, with flash floods reported in several rivers and extensive damage to the country's highways. The death toll has reached 101 and 64 people are missing, police spokesperson Dan Bahadur Arki told AFP. There is likely to be an increase in the death toll as our search and rescue mission proceeds in infected areas, he added. The Kathmandu Valley recorded 240 millimeters or 9.4 inches of rain in the 24 hours to Saturday morning, the country's weather bureau told the Kathmandu Post newspaper. It was the highest rainfall recorded in the capital since at least 1970, the report said. Excuse me. And finally, a SpaceX rocket soared into the sky Saturday with 2 passengers on board, leaving 2 seats empty to return American astronauts who have been stranded for months on the International Space Station, NASA said. The Falcon 9 rocket took off at 1:17 p.m. from Cape Canaveral, Florida. It used a new launch pad Japan's first use for a crewed mission. Congrats to NASA and SpaceX on the successful launch, NASA Chief Bill Nelson said in a post on X. We live in an exciting period of exploration and innovation in the stars. On board were NASA astronaut Nick Hague and Russian cosmonaut Alexander Gorbunov. When they return from the space station in February, they will bring back two space veterans, Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams, whose stay on the ISS was prolonged for months by problems with their Boeing-designed Starliner spacecraft. The newly developed Starliner was making its first crew flight when it delivered Wilmore and Williams to the ISS in June. They were supposed to be there for only an 8-day stay, but after problems with the Starliner's propulsion system emerged during the flight there, NASA was forced to wait a radical change in plans. And that is it for Cool News at Noon. As always, if you have any news suggestions or feedback that you'd like to share, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And join us again for more news headlines later with Cool News at Noon. Until then, I'm Cairo P. I will see you later for more news headlines with Cool News at Noon. Good afternoon.